Greetings, everyone. I'm just going to jump into today's topic. At the end of this video, you're going to find a video with a female that went to Jamaica and is voicing her concerns about racism. I have a few notes, so if I glance down, that's what I'm looking at. So she went to the Errol Flynn Marina and she chronicles her experience there. And at the end of her vacation, or I'm assuming it's the end of her vacation, she decides to do a video to point out some problems she experienced and perhaps to talk about racism. Now, I wish I was like the normal person who could just hear the story and just say, wow, what a wonderful lady. I wish I could just walk away from it and say to myself, you know, this woman is here to inspire the Jamaican people to demand changes or to, provoke a kind of awakening in them to understand that you are not free, even in your own country. On the surface, that is what the video appears to be. But when you take a closer look at it, because I have this problem with taking a closer look at everything, and I just don't take people at face value, I see other things emerging, and that's what I want to talk about today. So the key terms or main ideas in that video is what the white woman speaking about what she witnessed. She talks about the privileges she has as a white woman and how she's able to fit in any situation, especially areas where there are mostly tourism. She fits in these areas. She talks about her blue black or very dark skin. I think once you've said blue black, you've made your point, lady. Blue black means that the person is very dark skin, but she's talking about her man companion or mahogany hood. And she's talking about privileges that are denied to Jamaicans in their own country. And while that is true, in this scenario, what I hear was not the privileges that were denied to the blue black man, but privileges that was denied to the white woman. That is what I'm hearing. So number one, she talks about going to the marina for the whole week, and the Cuban man, being this wonderful person that he was, allowed her to enter the pool and use the pool, even though the pool is specified or is a special location for individuals who are coming off the ship. Perhaps that's the agreement that the travel tourism board has with the marina and the people who come in on the ship. But she's not on the ship. She is not a part of that plan. But she says because of her privileges and her ability to fit into this space, that she goes there all week and there wasn't a problem until she invited the blue black man with her. And then all of a sudden there was a problem. But from what I hear in the video, there's no place in there where I hear that the black man was discriminated against. This is you projecting those ideas on the individuals who run that facility. Now, I don't care if that facility is owned by white folks or by Cuban people, or, I'm pretty much sure that it's not really owned by a dark-skinned person for the most part. I guess because she mentioned leeching, perhaps he is involved, Michael is involved in that. And that's a whole nother topic that I want to go in. But she drops his name. So perhaps he has an issue. The fact that she's dropping Michael Leachin's name in this video, to me, causes me to wonder what this lady's motive is. She talks about the rules and she questioned the rules, in fact, because when her blue black man came with her and she was not allowed to enter in the pool and was told not to do so, she decided to say that it was because she was with him. And so she left there and she went to a public facility that was going to be closed in 5 minutes. And she was not allowed there. And suddenly her rage, for the first time, her privilege is affected or interrupted. And now she's trying to make it seem as if she's crying out for the Jamaican people. Lady, with all due respect, when you talk about racism, what does racism mean? If you understand the true meaning of racism, who's been racist in Jamaica? Jamaica is a former colony. Jamaica is still colonized in so many ways. We have no true autonomy. We have to respond and accept the rules that are set out for us as former colonized people. So who are you having the problem with? Because when you say Jamaican rules, what with the Jamaican rules? When you're questioning this and talk about racism and talking about rich white people, I'm wondering if you're trying to set up Jamaican people, because I don't think you're trying to inspire them to demand change. I think you're trying to set them up. I think you're trying to put them into rage so they can go out and do something where they end up losing their lives or their freedom. What exactly are you asking the Jamaican people to do? And when you're talking about racism, since you have so much privilege in the world, why are you not going to these rich white guys that you claim come in on boats and get drunk and do whatever? Why aren't you going to the ones who own these facility? And if you love Jamaica so much and you love the black mahogany hood so much, why aren't you doing something instead of just talking as if you are defending Jamaican people or defending the mahogany man? Yes, you're right. There are many places where our people can't go, many beaches that are closed off to our Jamaican people. Take that up with the ones who own the hotels. Take that up with the individuals who have these permission to shut off areas that are belonging to Jamaica. But when I think about it is though, if I live in Canada and I can't just go into any Hilton hotel and just go swimming there and enter their facility and use their facility if I have not paid for the services. So I'm not sure exactly what your problem is. So while we know that we have racism and we're dealing with that all the time, I'm thinking, what is your aim? What is your goal? What is your intention in this? What is your point about racism? Because if anything, you belong to the group that has many racists in it. Okay? Not all white people are racist, but you certainly belong in a group where racism is engendered. So when you're going to talk about Jamaica is racist or there's racism in Jamaica, hello? It's like Christopher Columbus talking about the discovering Jamaica a second time, because you can't tell black people about racism. You don't think we already know? Or you just want to rub our faces in it, lady? Huh? In defense of your blue black man. The white woman is talking about her privilege and very proud of doing that and understanding that she has this, she can come and go as she pleases. That is the truth. It is the truth about our condition. White women, for the most part, or white folks for the most part, can go anywhere and fit in, and nobody will question anything. Perhaps that is why the lady felt so disrespected, but perhaps she might change her views about her privileges and she might be able to go out and influence some change. That is not impossible, because now she knows what it feels like to be told no, and she's not used to being told no, or maybe she's used to being told no, but she doesn't want to hear it in Jamaica because of her privileges. How dare you tell me that I can't swim in this pool that I've been swimming in all week? You are disrespectful, lady. It doesn't matter if your skin is white or black, rules are rules, and it doesn't matter who owns that place. Rules are rules, and if you're not allowed to be in that pool because you are not a part of the plan in terms of the tourists that come in on the boat, they have access to that pool and not you. I don't see why that's so difficult for you to understand. So please do not put the black mahogany, blue black man in your story and protest the fact that you're upset that you were told no. But many of our people are going to hear the story of this delicate, beautiful white woman who was standing up for her blue mahogany man and think that she's speaking for us. Don't speak for us. We don't want you speaking for us. We need to speak for ourselves. And when you're going to talk to us about a group that you come from, it makes me very suspicious of you and make me wonder who sent you or what your aim is. And as far as you mentioning Michael Leachin's name, please keep his name out of your mouth, because you know what? He's there doing something to try to develop his country. And I, as a person who he doesn't even know, have experienced his goodness firsthand. When you talk about influence, when you have influence on people, your influence is that they know you and you don't even know them. And Michael Leachin have helped me. I have benefited from Michael Leachin in my education, in scholarship that I've gotten from him. So if you want to make changes that actually show, not you telling us what you have done, but persons telling you what they have done. So go and find the people who are racist. More than likely, they belong to your group, and deal with them there privately. We don't need to hear how upset you are that our people cannot swim in their own beaches. And as for you Negroes who are going to come out here to try to jump down my throat and leave me with battle scars in defense of this woman who is pulling the wool over your eye, pretending that she's concerned about the black man, and all she's doing is complaining about the privileges that she has that was denied to her. It is a story. It is a story. It is a common story. So for generations, people have always found a way how to use us to get what they want, to keep their privileges. Some of these individuals have always done these kind of things. They look and they know and understand what our weaknesses are. They know what our struggles are. They know what our suffering are. And like many political figureheads, they come to you and they meet you at a place where they know you're vulnerable, and they touch that because they want to use you to get what they want. Same thing with the untouchables in India. After slavery was abolished, they were approached by individuals who told them, oh, look at how you're suffering, look what is happening to you. If you come and we give you this contract to come and work on our plantation, you're going to come back here wealthy, and they will have no choice but to respect you. Meanwhile, in their own countries, they were told that they were untouchable, that they were dirty, that they were inferior, and at the same time told, if you cross the Kalipani River and you go over here, you'll be cursed. So in their own home, they're treated like garbage, but they don't want them to leave. And at the same time, other persons realize what is happening and try to capitalize on their suffering and tell them, come with us. And so the Indian went across the Caribbean regions to work on plantation as apprentice, or not apprentice. I'll come back with the term. But they were told to come and work and build their respect so that they can go back to their country. Indentured, that's what I wanted to say, these indentured servants. So individuals saw their suffering, understood what was going on with them, and approached them with the idea and lied to them in many cases, told them that they were going to have certain things and they didn't have that. And they themselves found themselves in bondage for 5 years, and some further than 5 years. And at the end of the day, some of them were not able to return to India. This is why we have a large Indian population in Jamaica. It is the same thing, in my opinion. When this lady comes out to talk about her love, talk about biracial couple, Jamaican people don't care about biracial couple. Jamaican people love everybody. They don't care if you are married to a white man or a blue man or a black man. They don't care about that. They're loving people. They love everybody. And sometimes that is their problem, because they appreciate everyone. They invite everyone in. So when you're going to speak about racism in Jamaica and talking as if it is the locals, it's not the locals. It's the individuals who invest in our country that make their rules, and individuals respect their rules. You are talking about this thing, and if you're concerned, you don't know we have a government. Why aren't you going to the government to complain? Why are you asking individuals to tell you who to go to? You know where to go. So while a lot of what this lady says in this video is true, but I don't want her speaking for us. I want our own people to see these things and understand that these things are not right, and understand that when individuals start speaking on your behalf, oftentimes there's something that you got that they want, and they're trying to use you to get it. Like the Indians who were brought into indentured service, told that their life and their situation be better. Like the Africans who are always approached, taking one this way and one that way, and pointed out their suffering. And at the end of the day, all you see is black people tearing each other apart, black people hating on each other, black people not wanting to see each other prosper or succeed. And you're wondering, what is the problem? The problem is not the individuals that are pitting you against each other. The problem is you, because you're not understanding it. You're always believing that someone else should come and speak for you, like you are some newborn baby that can't speak for yourself, that can't see the conditions for yourself. We don't need this lady to come and tell us anything. We already know. And don't think she's speaking on your behalf. She's speaking on hers. Her privileges were denied. The ones that she has claims to. Her privileges were denied. And she's trying to use this black man, the black man's condition, to get what she wants, what she thinks she deserves. Don't fall for it. But that doesn't mean that whatever she says, you don't consider it either. You do both. You don't fall for her stuff, but you don't accept the conditions that leave you demoralized. Be blessed, everyone.